Welcome back to Rob's Arcade. I'm your host, Rob French, and this is part 2 of our new game Friday. Welcome back. Ooh. I don't have a... Okay, whatever, let's just get back to the game here. If you watch the first part of this game,
I never meant to.
You coward.
I was telling you that I was going to give you my overall review and rating
You let the Joker keep on killing.
of this
you
game.
couldn't save Lois or Jason
And
or anyone.
actually, you know, yesterday, I'm sorry, I got a little distracted, I think,
That's enough.
actually right around this part,
But the inmates.
Not today.
with this ass kicking that Robin gave me. But I was talking about with the weather, because this is actually sorry, Saturday morning. It's very similar to, with the weather, and just this game. I was having like deja vu a little bit yesterday playing this title, where I was reminded of my, you know, my youth, preteen, maybe 13 years old, playing Sega and Sega CD and all those beautiful weekends like we have right now. You know, I would walk across the street to the video store and rent video games like Mortal Kombat, Eternal Champions.
That's why you hired that overpaid PR firm, Lucius.
Was that video game with the animals Brutal Champions or something like that on
Superman's
Sega
never
CD?
getting out.
But
made
it just
that clear.
it reminded me so much of growing up and renting a cool fighting game back in the day.
I know you built Brother Eye to keep tabs on all those loose ends, but the public doesn't know.
So far, you know,
Brother Eye's
I'm
secrecy
digging
is
the game.
critical.
It also
Our
it
enemies
reminds
can't
me a
fight
little
something they
bit
don't know exists.
of
Then at
some of
least
those
follow
games,
one bit of
and
advice
also
we
in the
pay those
sense
PR
that,
people so much money
you know,
for.
like
What's that?
Be a little less
Brutal,
Batman,
Paws
a
of
little
Fury,
more
that's what it was called.
billionaire plate. Get out
The
around
fighting
town
game
in the
with
daylight
animals.
and
But it's like,
smile.
you know, Mortal
Focus group
Kombat
show
and
people feel safer when they see you smile.
Street Fighter
That would
seem
your
to
other
be
job.
the high standard of
Bruce,
fighting games.
consider
Tekken,
widening your circle of
I put
trust.
Tekken in there.
Nobody wins
And
all
everything
by
else
themselves.
comes really close,
even you.
but just not quite. And that's exactly how this game feels to me. Like, it's right there after playing, like, Mortal Kombat
As a reception area, this place needs a lot of work.
11. And then
Dinah,
going back and
Oliver,
playing, like, Mortal
thanks
Kombat
for coming on short
10
notice.
and this title.
You're lucky we found
It just
a
feels
sitter.
like Mortal Kombat 11 really, like, fleshed it all out. The controls were really smooth. Combos were really smooth. This title, I like it. I mean, especially like I said, you know, I'm a 30-year comic book fan, so all of these characters I'm just loving.
My great-grandfather built the original Gotham Underground.
But the
these days,
animation, the voice
It's the
acting,
Batcave.
it's a little off. It's a little goofy. If this were a
And
typical
this
video game
is Brother
without...
Eye.
Oh, what is that with that G on Green Arrow's suit? That's kind of
More
weird.
like the Eye of Sauron. Surveillance.
Some of
hub?
these suits I'm not
More than that.
too keen on either. Like the Robin suit.
communications
Like, why
hub,
not just give me a
linking every
straight up
satellite and
Robin
server on
suit?
the planet. It warns
But I
us
guess this
when
is an
trouble's
alternate
coming
universe
and guides us when trouble's here.
Must take a real genius to
where
operate.
the Justice League is a
I
little
don't know
different.
about genius, but I do got a PhD.
Oh, that was awesome.
Dinah's hubby. You sure came a long way.
Oh my
world
god,
away.
her voice is
But the
brutal.
change of scenery is nice.
I was surprised you called, Bruce. Things seem to be going well. So, what's up?
And I like how
Dismantling the regime
Green Arrow's
created
facial hair is
gaps
like
in global
45 years
security.
old, but
We're covering them where
he's
we
only
can.
like 26.
But we're stretched thin, vulnerable. Harleen, show them what you found.
Got
Right
Kevin
on,
Conroy
Bess.
doing the voice of Bruce Wayne there, which is always amazing. I'd love to see
Gorilla
a
Grodd.
live action
Everyone's favorite talking
Batman
ape.
Beyond
He's got himself a band of bozos.
movie
Calls them the society.
with Kevin Conroy
My
and
mole in
some,
Gorilla City says Grodd's planning
and some old man
something
makeup
big.
playing
But
Bruce
what,
Wayne.
Where, when,
That would be
We
great.
don't know.
What is up with that Jeep?
One thing we do know.
It's like he saw
Scarecrow's
Robin's
gonna
outfit
ship
and was
Grodd
like,
a buttload of fear gas from a
that's
hideout
cool.
in Slaughter Swamp.
I like that R.
Very mosquito-y.
So
Good thing
people
I
know
packed
he's
my bug
Robin.
spray.
I need
I
you
want
three
people to know I'm
stop
the
that
Green Arrow,
gas
even though I'm
before it gets
dressed
to
in
Grodd.
green
Not
and I've
joining
got
us for the
arrows
party?
and all of my arrows are green.
Unfortunately,
My
I
bow is
can't leave
green. My
Gotham
mask is
without worrying
green.
the
I want
public.
them to know.
Don't worry, Bats.
Green Arrow.
With
Man, that
this
voice
crew on
is
the job,
awful.
What could go wrong?
I know I'm the new guy, but you really trust Harley?
She's a different person since Joker died. Mostly.
Yeah, I really want to go back, like I said, being a comic book fan, and read. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Oh. That reminded me of, I wish I could do rewinds. That reminds me of, like, Ninja Turtle, the 90s movies acting, where, like, they say something, you kind of get those, like, eyes that are trying to
Can they move any
emit
faster?
emotion.
I don't need Grodd taking my hat
Alright,
off
so
if
the
your boys are
girl
too
who
slow.
laughs, so I guess a play on the man who laughs, which is the inspiration for the Joker. And there's also now been the Batman who laughs, and a lot of plays on that. Looks like we got Poison Ivy. Ooh, sexy.
Fancy meeting you here.
Keep them moving. I'll see what
So
that's
something
about.
else I'm not too keen on
I ain't seen you in forever.
um,
Here to take down these punks.
is also the control setup. With the PlayStation, it's
Quite a
like
catch,
triangle, square,
Red, you're with them?
X.
Your man Bruce
It's like your
was supposed
main
to better care for the Green. All he's done
fighting
is remodeled
games.
the concrete jungles of Gotham and Metropolis.
But,
Where I sit, there's not much
kind of
difference
awkward.
between
I'd kind of
him
prefer
and
like
Superman.
a bottom
You're a few cones
circle
short of
or like a
pine
top
if you think
circle.
your new friends
You know,
care
like
about the Green.
square.
Grodd will
I mean, I
keep
guess you
his
can configure the
promises,
controller your own
or
way, which
he'll
just seems
be my
odd that they
next
wouldn't have done that
victim.
in general.
Oh, Red, why are you making me
But
do
again, like I
this?
said, you know, it kind of reminds me of, you know, if you go rent something like Eternal Champions that promises to be like Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat
Let me
2.
get you out of here, girl.
You know, you
We
get
can
home, you
team
pop
up
it in your
again.
Sega Genesis,
Drive all the boys crazy.
and it just
you know,
isn't quite,
like the old days.
isn't quite there,
The
you
old
know.
days were fun.
But as also
these
mentioned in the
days
first
are
part,
all
this is a game where
Christmas.
I need an arcade pad. I just need to go ahead and order one. So I'm gonna get my butt kicked here. Poison Ivy's pretty hardcore. She's got like a lot of these little like poison. No, use the thing. Yeah, there you go. Oh, she got me.
Where have you been all my life?
And this is definitely like a game where I prefer the analog stick over the directional pad. And not all fighting games are like that. Sometimes, again, with like Mortal Kombat, sometimes I prefer the directional pad.
Playtime is over.
Yes, it is. Playtime is over. Now it's snack time. But overall, I mean, like I said, you know, I typically will say if it's a keeper or a sweeper. This is definitely a keeper. And, you know, growing up,
No more sleepovers for you.
you know, Nintendo was kind of like the best system out there, man. That was what we had.
Face your fear.
So I base my rating system on an 8-bit system. 8 bits is the best
I used to
you
huff
can
this
get,
stuff for kicks.
and I give this a 7.
You'll appreciate
The characters all help give this a definite shot in the arm for this game. If this was another title outside of like Mortal Kombat or superheroes, I don't know, you know, I would be as keen to pick this title up, but because it is DC characters, I will probably play this game all the way through just to get the full story and everything. And plus, you know, everybody enjoys like a good button smasher from time to time. But just like I said, because I'm just taking a point away just for some of the overall moves. And just control configuration, and then just how the controls handle in general. But I mean, all in all, I mean, like 7 out of 8 bits is not bad at all. Just kind of taking some points away. From the control. But like I said, I feel like that's always been
Admit your fears.
For a smart guy, that's a dumb idea.
Oh no. I feel like that's always been a given rule, though, with video games. Like I said, you know, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, they kind of set the foundation for fighting games, and that's always been, I think, like, you know, something with a perfect example. You have Smash Brothers. Everything is perfect. All of the controls feel smooth. The moves feel perfect. The controller, the characters, and how they move, everything is just it's fluid. I took a look at that was the Warner Brothers Metaverse fighting game, and it's fun and it's cool and it's very similar, but it's not quite there, you know. And so that's, I think, where the point deduction really is just coming from. Same thing with like Mario Kart. You got, like, you know, Rugrats racing and all these different things. That's really cool. But nothing's going to compare, you know, and hold a candle to the actual Mario Kart itself.
Darling. Look at you. Such a big girl. Cosplaying a superhero.
And I mentioned, like I said, the Mortal Kombat vibe that this game has, but I mean, that totally makes sense. Coming from a lot of the same creators and a lot of the same team. Ed Boon, being the director on this video game. If I'm not mistaken, I think NetherRealm Studios also. Yeah, NetherRealm Studios is
That's my girl.
responsible for Mortal Kombat as well.
Oh,
so that's, you know, it's kind of one of those things.
Disappointment.
Actually, growing up, I probably would have thirsted for as a teenager. I mean, I'm thirsting for it now, but I definitely would have thirsted for something like this. You know, the team who brought you Mortal Kombat brings you, know, your favorite DC characters and an all-out brawl, your favorite Marvel characters. Again, Capcom did a great job with introducing Marvel characters, but DC did a few Justice League fighting titles, and I don't know, they just weren't as great. Like I said, they're just almost there, not quite hitting.
Be nice.
Oh no. Might be kind of fun, actually, to pick up an arcade pad and then go back and do some more video, like do a video on this game in arcade pad versus basic controller. And I still find myself every now and again going back to D-pad a lot of times. Ah.
Let's cut to the heart of it.
You're going down, Puddin'. Oh. Oh. Little basic little kick there.
Harleen in a corner.
Green smoke. I like the green smoke effect, man, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean, man. Oh, are those the boats from Fortnite? Those are the Fortnite boats, bro. Okay, wicked. Oh, snap. Is this Swamp Thing? Nice. Alright, Swamp Thing is probably one of my all-time favorite DC characters. Like, he's been a favorite character of mine since before I was even into comics. For those of you who don't know, the monsters got me into comic books, the monsters got me into superheroes, and I remember being a kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, just as I was kind of getting into comic books, and watching the Swamp Thing movie with my dad. If I get kicked by, if I get my butt kicked by Swamp Thing, I'm not going to be upset by it. Alright, so like yesterday I feel like I was playing this, and a lot of the stuff that I learned in the tutorial was not working, and it seems to be working a little bit better. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And actually, like, I haven't really had any practice. I haven't, I was going to get off work last night and practice a little bit, but instead I watched, new episode of Lord of the Rings. That's pretty cool. But yeah, all this stuff is actually a lot more responsive today. Maybe I'll give it a 7.5. Maybe I'll,
Mama always said I had a black thumb. Now you ready to be all ears? It's Scarecrow and his goons.
maybe we'll leave this at like a
7.5
bit.
We came to stop them.
But yeah, I remember growing up, like I said, watching Swamp Thing, the movie, and just thinking like, what a cool, creepy looking character. He was like, it's kind of horrific, you know, this monster, the swamp, but he was a good guy. He did good things, and oh man, he was always a favorite. Still is. Anytime there's a Swamp Thing run or a one shot, I'm right there at the comic shop grabbing it.
Should our interests align.
I love his CW did a great television series, very dark, very cool. And Marvel has their Man Thing, you know, it's a very similar character. Marvel has the Man Thing, DC has the Swamp Thing. In my opinion, Swamp Thing is just a better character. Hit that comment section. Who do you prefer? Do you prefer the Man Thing or the Swamp Thing? Man Thing sounds a little phallic, but you know. Sod? Oh no, it's Black Adam.
Where were you? Just in the clouds, listening.
If someone saw you,
How many times have we told you? It's too dangerous outside Kondak.
I spent decades lost in space, stuck in hypersleep until Adam found my ship. And now I'm cooped up here.
And I like this. I mean, you know, again,
Let me out.
reminds me of games I would play growing up. A lot of times games get so complicated and get so immersive, and there's so much to, you know, it's like,
divided. They're always fighting.
oh man, can't the game do some of the work for me? And I love this. You know, you get some cool cutscenes, and then it's basically the same formula as I mentioned before, like Mortal Kombat 11. You get introduced to new characters. You get to fight as those characters.
So could your cousin.
And, you know, just progress to the next story, progress to the next part. And I love that about a video game, you know, in a world where I said, like, you know, games can be so open-ended and so complex, and, you know, wow, I like that too. Like I said, a game with this is a very straightforward narrative. It's very refreshing.
Sounds more military than vigilante. You try calling the army?
So guys, you know, get yourself a PlayStation Plus membership if you don't have it, and grab this title. Make this your first title in your library. I have a ton of titles. You know, and like I said, sometimes these are games where I'm like, I don't know if I want it, so I just delete it.
Be wary of running into other members of his society.
From my apps, if you will, from my game library, but it's in there, you know. You go down to your purchased icon in your video game library, and you can pull up all of the games that you've deleted and download them, you know. Maybe,
no, we can do this.
you know, you find yourself wanting to revisit or, you know, give a game another try. And they're always there for you, and they're free, you know, like I said, with the membership, you know. You have to pay for the membership, but they're free with the membership. And that's something I don't think you can put a price on. Video games are so expensive nowadays, you know. It's, oh, The Brave and the Bold. It's a title from the DC Comics. But video games can be so expensive, deluxe editions and all this stuff, and even just your basic titles can get pretty pricey. PlayStation Plus not only offers free games, but they also offer discounts, a lot of deals and specials, which are really cool. And so for, like I said, you know, the price of a few games a year, man, that's some cool fucking visuals right there. Pardon my French, but those are some freaking visuals right there. You owe it to yourself, you know. If you love movies, you love TV, you know, don't you have a Netflix or a Hulu or something like that? You know, if you love Disney, wouldn't you have like a Disney subscription? So it's the same thing. If you love playing video games, if you have a PlayStation, you owe it to yourself to get a PlayStation Plus. And make this, like I said, your first game. Wow, really cool. I like that a lot. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Maybe you've already played this game and you know you want to try it out again with some friends and give it a whirl, man. Like I said, it's available this month. Also available this month, I think, is a Hot Wheels title, which I will do a video for you guys as well. Let's go to PlayStation official site real quick while General Garage is. This is really cool. I love Planet of the Apes. So just watched the most recent 3, and
they're headed
I mean, literally, like just not even a week ago, just watched these films, and so that was really cool to see that in the game there.
Played it on a little thick, Grodd. You hire Superman's speechwriter?
Soldiers must be properly motivated.
So yeah, we got Injustice, Super Hot, which I think is a VR game. I think I played that on Oculus. And then Hot Wheels Unleashed, which will be pretty cool. I think this looks like a pretty fun little racing game.
We follow your orders.
And speaking of Hot Wheels,
report, Deadshot. We're ready to
move out.
Good dog. Now go tell the others.
Ford telling me it's time to wrap this up. But yeah, speaking of Hot Wheels, man, they've got these new little skateboards out right now. These little fingerboards with shoes. Have you guys seen this? No? Check it out. Hop on Instagram or something like that, and check it out. It's pretty cool. And while you're there, on your social medias, make sure you look for me on Twitter, TikTok, all of that. You can find my handles in the description to this video. Guys, I just want to thank you so much for hanging out, taking some time to chill out with me, taking a look at this title.
I'm the brave one.
Make sure you comment below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share, all that jazz, subscribe. And remember, this is not goodbye, simply to be continued. Until next time, don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys.
Dibs.
Take care. Later.